and welcome to a special first hour video, yet another one on Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, I almost said Xenoblade Chronicles X because I wasn't thinking. So that's what I want to be playing right now, but I decided not to because finals week. Yeah, that sucks, huh? But I decided to instead play this one for just the first hour because it's a cool game, it's got a cool intro, and actually there's about an hour before things get really spoilery. So to me it seems like the logical choice of action.
Long ago, the world was nothing more than an endless sea, cloaked in a boundless sky, reaching as far as could possibly be imagined. Then two great titans came into existence. The Bionis and the Mechonis. The Titans were locked in a timeless battle. Until at last, only their lifeless corpses remained. Eons have passed. Now, our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the Mechon. Retreat! Retreat! Get away from me! Retreat! No, retreat! The Mechon's unknown! No! No!
They're advancing down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know a thing or two. But we'll see.
Young man, we've been given the order to retreat. We're pulling back the line to Colony 6. That's where we'll set up the last line of defense.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Any more time spent hanging around here, and we're done for.
Count me in. We gotta get out of here.
Or we can stay and fight.
What?
We may die if we take a stand here, but staying gives us the chance to change our destinies. We have the Monado. With this, the future is ours for the taking.
Stupid beast. Your body can't take any more of the Monado. I can tell by just looking at you.
Getting short-sighted in your old age, Dixon. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm still in control.
I should have known I couldn't talk sense into a beast. Let's do this. I'm going with you. You'll need someone to drag your corpse on.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Oi, you two! We've been ordered to pull back! I'm leaving!
Well, I say you're coming with us. What would we do without those?
The enemy's second wave is approaching!
It's now or never, Dunban. Let's show them what we've got. We'll give them a warm Hom's welcome.
Acknowledged.
Yeah! Ha! What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. Yeah, that should give me time to escape.
And we're immediately put into the first battle of the game, which obviously is one of the stronger points of the game, is it starts super stinking fast. Press L or R to target a monster. I'm playing on the Wii Classic Controller Pro, so we can toggle targets, and then it displays icons, and then just go through all that. So press A to initiate a battle, so just rush in, and there's actually an auto attack, which is one of the better features of the game. Okay, look at the damage totals they're doing. They're actually doing pretty good damage, but Dunban, who's our player character right now, has the Monado, which is actually super powerful. It can do stuff like this. And lag the game. Basically, the Monado is a special weapon designed for that's just very good at fighting the Mechons, so he kind of has to take the lead in this fight. And there's also something really cool about this fight as well, but we won't actually see that for a little bit. Now, I won't be spoiling anything, because this is actually a very story-driven game. Also character-driven, which is a weird mix, because you generally have one or the other. The battle system reminds me a bit of Final Fantasy XII, so if you played that, it's kind of similar. Except I prefer this to Final Fantasy XII because you actually have a little more control over the game. With the arts and everything, I feel like I'm in more control over the character. So this is just the tutorial stuff. The button that says activate Monado, I shall demonstrate that. You can't switch, but normally you have a set of Monado arts and regular arts. I never got shot in chat actually does. Oh man.
You've got to be kidding.
It's their main force. Looks like the Mechon are hell-bent on taking us out.
They'll have to be if they want to beat us. Now, let's even the odds a bit.
You heard him.
Dixon, Munka, let's do this.
Dunban! I ain't going down that easily. Dunban! You alright?
What does it look like? I'm still good to go.
Guess even a hero's gotta reach his limit eventually.
Munka! What are you doing? That way is...
Sorry, brothers. Hate to drop this on you, but it's the Monado they're after. So have fun keeping them occupied for me. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Munka, you dirty...
Now, don't worry. I'll organize your funerals. Well, see you, boys.
Wait!
Huh? If this is a joke, it ain't funny. Looks like this is it. At least we know our luck can't get any worse from here. Dunban?
Dixon, take care of the survivors.
Dunban, what are you playing at?
Those idiots. I'll just come and get the Monado when everything's quieted down a bit. That thing's gonna be mine! Oh no, please! No!
Vile Mechon. If you think the Homs, the people of Bionis, are just waiting here for you to pick us off, you are sorely mistaken.
I'm just going to take a brief moment to say that I forgot how good that opening actually is, because it actually gives a pretty good look at the game. I'll go into more details after the cutscene.
A Mechon M71? I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the anti-air batteries. Oh, no good. It's broken. The joint section. It's buckled. It's completely useless. Ugh. Huh? An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able to... Shulk! Rhine! It's not a Mechon. It's just a Crabble. It was using the Mechon armor as a shell.
I'll lure it away and topple it. When it's down, use your arts to finish it off.
Now we get to go into a little more details about the battle system. You can see the regular arts as well. So, select arts. Basically, this attack backslash, which if you've ever played Smash Bros, you'll be well aware what this move is. Light heal restores a tiny bit of HP, not much, it's not very good, you have to level up. Basic stuff. So basically, these are more of our two main characters, Shulk and Rhine, and kind of what you want to do for this fight is just let Rhine clock in a lot of damage, and then wait for your attack art to regenerate, and then attack from behind with backslash. And apparently he has this. I forgot he actually had that move, because you can't use that later on in the game. I don't know if that counts as a spoiler or not being able to use that move. But anyway, you can loot stuff, so yeah, this becomes kind of a grind. The green barrier means this is your combat zone, basically. So there's gotta be still another enemy in the area somewhere, keeping us from leaving. And I don't know what the arrow is exactly pointing to. Oh, this guy. So, nondescript, I didn't even see him at first. So there's aggro. To be fair, I've never actually really understood what aggro actually is. And yes, I have beaten the game. New Game Plus never. I unlocked New Game Plus obviously didn't play it because I don't have that much time. But okay, so one of the things I think is cool is never mind.
Thanks, Rhine. That was a close one.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah, but thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony is going to be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the shell. Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado. I hope I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
You will, Shulk. Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Square Tash is gonna kill me.
Square Tash? Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
Maybe now I can finally talk. So one thing I find very fascinating about the game is that you basically start with a character that you can't actually play that much. Yes, I'm saying that much. I'm not gonna hide it at this point. It's a... How old is this? 4 years in Japan, 3 years in the rest of the world, and probably 4 years in Europe too. But anyway, I'm not gonna pretend like, oh yeah, you'll never see Dunban again. Yeah, he's still kind of a supporting character. Yeah, basically the game's combat is interesting because it's actually really simplistic at its core. But you see that move where I did the break attack, and then Ryan over here used a move that toppled it over, and thus that did a lot of damage and stunned him. So there's little subtle nuances that make the combat system a lot more involved. But yeah, it's a pretty basic combat system on the whole. It's just basically more about managing arts than anything. These enemies are weak, so I'll just grind while talking about the game. The game was made by Monolith Soft. Monolith Soft with Square Enix basically made Xenogears, or Xenogears, I don't know, you hear it both ways. I tend to go back and forth, like I can't decide. Because some people say Xenoblade, other people say Xenoblade. So that always throws me off. I never know if I should call Xenoblade or Xenoblade, but a lot of Americans say Xenoblade, but the Japanese pronunciation is Xenoblade. Just straight up Xenoblade. This game was actually not going to be called Xenoblade. The original name was Monado, hence the name of the sword, but someone in the development team was like, you know what, this game is starting to look like Saga and Xenogears. So they're like, screw it, let's just call it Xenoblade. Xenosaga is another... Okay, I should start with the Gears. I've never played Xenogears. I know nothing about Xenogears. All I know is it's really stinking good. And apparently it has some of the same, like, style of this game. Like, the combat's totally different, but it has that same sort of style. I hear Xenogears is kind of a... It sounds like it has a lot of lore to it, which is something this game has in spades or strides. I don't know what the phrase is. Xenosaga is also very lore-driven. The series is known for having like 15-20 minute long dialogues between characters, just explaining all their jargon. So yeah, the Xeno games are not considered the most accessible, and this game is no exception. This game had a very tricky development cycle. Basically, Nintendo bought Monolith Soft, so the JRPG genre for a long time was said to be dying, actually, with games like Final Fantasy XIII and Star Ocean and other games that were just kind of bad. So sales were going down, so everyone's like, oh my gosh, JRPGs are dying as a genre. Like think about it, actually, during the GameCube era, how many JRPGs were there? Bad and Kaidos, I think I said that right, wrong. Tales of Symphonia was good. But in general, I don't see that argument because Nintendo consoles, as I'm trying to prove, don't usually have that many RPGs outside of Paper Mario. Mario and Luigi, Fire Emblem is sometimes considered an RPG, sometimes not. It depends on how much of... it's all semantics, basically, like, oh, well, it's technically a tactical turn-based role-playing game, so it is technically an RPG, but a lot of people consider more of a strategy than RPG. But in general, to have such a humongous RPG on a Nintendo console basically was like considered kind of revolutionary, but because of the waning genre on Nintendo and in general outside of Japan, and the popularity of Western MMORPG-esque games, and just regular Western RPGs, Dragon Age, Witcher, basically action RPGs were beating out turn-based RPGs, and this game is kind of a mixture of both, so I'd say. In any case, because of various factors, this game was deemed to be not very accessible to the Western market. So I take it, if you're watching this video, you probably heard of Operation Rainfall, which is basically getting the game released internationally outside Japan. I don't remember if Operation Rainfall was just US or if it was also Europe, because quite notably, I think Reggie Fils-Aimé actually did say that if Xenoblade performed well in Europe, they'd consider an international release. So I'm assuming that's basically what happened. What was I saying? I'm trying to do too many things at once. Basically, the development cycle of the game was just interrupted basically by the all of the international dealings. So it took a long time to get overseas, because partway through, fun fact, Monado was actually announced at E3 of all places, and yet North America was the last place to get the game just because Nintendo's like, well, no one's gonna buy this game. Auto-battling is cool because it means you don't have to grind as much. That's how I see it. And grinding is a thing. This is actually a pretty challenging game later on. I don't know how many. I think I'm gonna just ramble. I basically fight these guys. I'm gonna talk more about history. Before getting into any story cutscenes, basically. Starting the next wave of story, unskippable story. Actually, it's totally skippable. It's just I don't want to skip it, because that would defeat the purpose of me playing it, because story is a big component. So yeah, North America got last, oddly enough, so that's why everyone is British in this game, and some of the spellings are also British. Color. In Europe, they spell color with a U, O-U, so it's spelled like that. Other words too, they use like British slang, and all the actors are British. The most popular actress, no wait, actually, I should probably air quote popular, because this character is polarizing. But the most popular actress, or best known actress in the game, is Jenna Coleman, who is best known for playing Kara Oswald in Doctor Who. To be fair, it seems like people like Mellia more than Clara as a character. Mellia is a character who's introduced way later on, so we won't see here, but she seems to be pretty much everybody's favorite. But that's actually not saying much, because people like every character in this game, which is also one of the things that sets us apart from most RPGs. One, you have a pretty like responsible, well-rounded hero, instead of like the traditional wide-eyed shonen wimpy character. To put it bluntly, like Tales games do that all the time. And also like you have like a okay, so you have like here Shulk and Ryan. They're like best friends since childhood. But like Ryan is also not like a standard JRPG protagonist to me. I don't know if it's partly dubbed, but he like doesn't come off as like obnoxious as a lot of JRPG protagonists. Let's just put it that way. Because he isn't like particularly like, okay, he's like the wall of the party. And he's also very strong in battle, but at the same time, he doesn't come off as like full of it, like a lot of JRPG protagonists who are kind of the muscle of the group. So I like that. Other characters, like some of the characters are just boring, but that's not at least better than like offensive, like Final Fantasy. Another cutscene.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah, when I've sold any parts I can't use.
All right. See you later.
Here's another thing I like about this game. Auto text advance. you can like skim the text if you want, but at the same time, why? Well, I guess if you die and have to redo stuff, that makes sense. But it's nice that the text you don't have to actually manually scroll through, because that's the problem I have in JRPGs, that a lot of times it kind of throws off the mood, like when you're constantly having to like master your text. So there's also Japanese voiceover. It's a lot less iconic for various reasons. And the icons, I should probably have that display. Y-axis normal, everything normal, battle cam on. Lots of options. Yeah, automatic, manual. Why would you ever set it to manual? I have no clue. Text speed doesn't matter because it's all automatic scrolling anyway, unless you just want to master your text if you're like a speedrunner. But then again, you just skip the cutscene flat out. But yeah, it creates a more natural feel, and I feel like the auto advance is at a good speed. That feels very natural. Like Persona 3 Portable, I don't know about Persona 2. I'm Persona 3 on PS2 because I never didn't play it much, but on Persona 3 Portable, the text speed was ridiculous, where it's like, as soon as a comment ends, the other immediately begins with no like sense of flow to it. So basically, this is one of my favorite and least favorite things at the same time. You're dropped off on Colony 9, basically, and immediately you can just start goofing off. Like, literally, within the first half hour, you can start goofing off. And you went with an exclamation point above, or with an whoa, okay. There's a day-night cycle, where basically you have to talk to certain people at certain times of day. So basically anyone with an exclamation point is a side quest. Oh man. So I volunteered to so you basically, some of these quests are like, oh, fight this thing for me. And other ones are like, oh, I need to just talk to somebody else and do stuff for them. Like, this is just fixing a watch. The other one was actually fighting a dude. So the second one is comparably easier, obviously. And I'm pretty sure the ones that you just have to like do item collection and stuff actually give you more points. Because frankly, you get a ton of EXP for just killing everything anyway, so why the heck do they need to give you a ton? So there's an affinity chart. As you bond with the townsfolk, you basically have more items available. That's pretty cool. You can make gems to infuse into weapons to make them stronger. You have different attributes like poison, or you know, stuff like that. Not poison, bleed. Yeah, poison is called bleed in this game. I don't know why. I think it pretty much acts like poison in Final Fantasy, so it seems like a pointless thing to me, but okay. You'll also notice that like a lot of these NPCs, like that guy's named Colony 9 Resident. But on the other hand, if I could see this guy has an actual name. So that's something I like about the game too, is that a lot of the personalities of the NPCs are present. And also, if you hold down ZL, you can actually remap stuff to basically do this, or zoom in, or set camera. And really, when you zoom the camera, there's certain areas where you can just zoom out the camera, and you just can see like miles across. This is a no pawn. The most famous no pawn is named Ricky, the hero pawn. Yeah, he kind of has ego issues. Again, I will not be going into details about any characters we do not see, actually any character whatsoever, because spoilers. Speaking of Doctor Who, let's see, like the actor who voices Shulk, for example, his only other major role was Dragon Age. I don't even know who he voiced in Dragon Age because I didn't like the game and kind of skipped every cutscene anyway. I liked it okay enough. What? Okay, so basically, when it says like landmark discovered, you can fast travel. When you check the map, you can feel really scared. I hit B by mistake because I was playing an Xbox game yesterday. So this is the map of Colony 9. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, huh? Well, then you can scroll all the way down here, and here, and here. Yeah, there's a lot more to Colony 9, and it counts all the grassy plain area as well. But yeah, anything with a monolith on the map, we can fast travel. Tents a shop, if I'm not mistaken. Orange flag on the map is your objective. And there's also a permanent GPS in place as well.
You idiots! What the hell are you playing at?
Uh-oh. The Colonel's gonna explode.
Crashing the mobile artillery into a house. How long have you been in the Force?
Sorry, sir. It's just that we were trying to go as fast as we could, like you ordered. But it's impossible to get back to the military district in only 40 seconds.
I don't want any excuses. Champions don't whine, they win.
Yes, sir.
You're a disgrace to the uniform! Are you forgetting the shame you brought on this force during joint maneuvers with Colony 6? Stick your back into it, maggots! Move it!
Yes, sir.
Get the artillery back to the military district, double time! Then I want 1,000,000 press-ups from both of you, and you better not stop until your biceps explode!
Colonel, we can't move the artillery.
What? You better give a damn good reason why.
Sir, the impact of the crash damaged the ether conduction cable. The ether fuel proceeded to leak out, and now the cylinder is empty.
Well, change the cylinder then. Can't you even do something as simple as that?
The auxiliary cylinders have all been used up. It'll be 3 days until more come in, sir.
I told you to keep a stock of fuel in reserve.
Sorry, sir.
You're nothing but slackers.
Same old Colonel. At this rate, the men will all be dead before they see any action.
Yeah, great boss, huh? So, yeah, I don't know, the game just has a lot of personality to it in general. And here's another thing that makes the game very personal. I can't actually think of a single pre-rendered cutscene in this game. I'm legitimately trying to think of a pre-rendered cutscene in this game, and I honestly can't think of any. So that means all costumes carry over to the cutscenes. And the time of day carries over into the cutscenes. So a very popular thing to do is, basically, I'm not going to do this whole playthrough like this whole test video, I guess you could call it. But a very popular thing to do is see this. If you played Super Smash Bros., you'll recognize this air quotes costume. So let's just try to trigger a cutscene in this costume and just let the hilarity ensue. The person will have a quest eventually to have a name. Typically people with names will be involved with quests, just people who are like Resident 6 probably aren't going to be, or Colony 9 Resident probably won't have anything to do with the story. Now the cutscene.
Alright, Shulk. How are you?
Dixon! When did you get back to Colony 9?
Just now. I see you've been busy. Looks like your Monado research has been going well. I made the right choice leaving you in charge.
Your research notes really helped.
So, you can activate it now, then.
Well, anyone can activate it. The problem is controlling it.
Yeah, for everyone except him.
Yes. If anyone other than Dunban were able to control the Monado, we could surpass any military force in the world.
You think so? What are these hidden functions you mention?
It's still only conjecture, but it's starting to look like the Monado might be something far more significant than just a weapon for defeating Mechon.
I see. And the evidence to support your theory?
It's the symbol that appears in the center when it's activated. What I know is, the central piece is made from multi-layered glass. The symbol appears on the top layer, and each layer is constructed differently.
So it's possible that other symbols could appear on different layers.
Which means...
The Monado might conceal even more power. Am I right?
if we could just unlock the Monado's power.
Dunban! Dunban!
Prioritize the most severely injured! Come on, get a move on!
Dunban!
Don't look like that. I haven't gone yet. Oh. Shulk. It was the Monado. It was controlling me. Even so, it saved us. Saved our future. Next, it will be up to you.
Dunban.
Well, I better get the supplies delivered to the defense force. I'll drop round the HQ and see how they're getting on.
Okay then. I'll see you later.
Shulk, you're spending too much time in the lab. Either that or rummaging for junk in the scrapyard. It ain't healthy for a kid your age. That's why you're always looking so pasty. You should get out, get some fresh air once in a while. All right, I'm off.
Dunban, are you awake yet?
Is it time to eat already? You didn't have to bring it yourself. You could have just called me.
Don't be silly. Do you want me to feed you?
Don't treat me like an invalid. I'm better than I was a year ago.
Much better. I really thought I lost you back then.
Yes, but now I'm almost well enough to handle the Monado again.
Dunban, don't say that. The Mechon have gone now. Oh, why would you say that?
I just mean I'm prepared. Sorry.
Okay. More importantly, eat up before it gets cold. I made something really special today.
Don't feel like you need to stay here then, Fiora. Go and make your next delivery.
Huh?
Well, I'm sure you'd like Shulk to try some while it's still hot.
That's okay. Shulk has no sense of taste. He'll say it's delicious even if it's stone cold.
In which case, today he would actually mean it.
Maybe.
I'm fine, Fiora. Off you go.
Okay. Dunban, thanks.
I'm not finished yet. I have to be prepared to use the Monado again.
So now we're in control of someone totally different. This is... wrong button. This is... another interruption. This is... Dunvan's sister, Fiora. At least I think it's his sister. I honestly haven't played the game in a long time, so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his sister. Yeah, I really need to start over again.
Hey, Fiora.
Dixon!
Looks like you're in a hurry. Where are you off to?
I just thought I'd take Shulk some food. I'm on my way to the lab.
Shulk's not there right now.
Really?
I just sent him out to get some fresh air. You know where he'll have gone.
Outlet Park.
That's the one.
Okay. Thanks, Dixon.
Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have actually changed the costume before or after this cutscene. You'll see why in a little bit. So, an orange dot means that there's a thing. Pretty sure. To be honest, I don't know what the orange exclamation point is actually talking about. Normally that means you can talk to someone to complete a quest, but I'm not seeing anything. Oh well. Maybe, oh, camera. Maybe on the other side of the building. Ah, here we go. Quest item. This is... oh, yeah, I did take that quest. Apparently. Okay, so that creates the one little plot hole that apparently Fiora can pick up stuff and so clear off a quest even though Shulk isn't actually here. Here's another feature of this game. You can actually set the clock. Because you have different monster spawns at different times of day, you can actually change the clock. You get more enemies or less enemies or easier enemies, whichever. So yeah, another thing is character switching. That happens quite a bit. You can switch characters at any time when you have a full party. And I think I'm going the right way. I honestly don't know. Oh well, if we get lost, it's done. Let's see. Yeah, the game's story characters are... the characters are all pretty well known. They're all in Smash as trophies, so I feel like I can talk about them pretty freely. I will not talk about anything involving the story though. The story, and also like just even like telling why I like the game would probably spoil it. One thing I like about this game is you can just do stuff like this and live. I should also specify and live. And it's actually a location. Find every location and it actually gets marked off on the map. So are perks to it. So Fiora has her own moves. I should have done that from behind, but I messed up. Yeah, each character has a very different feel, which I like. Like Fiora does have totally different types of moves. Like Ryan's moves seem to be a little more focused on defense than the other characters. Also, I'm not too concerned about dying because I want to show off one of my other favorite features of Xenoblade Chronicles, so I'm not really trying not to die. I actually want to die right now. I'm just playing too well because this is the beginning. Okay, so I just died. So you'll be like, oh my gosh, you haven't saved. What the hell? Well, actually, all this game will do is put you back at whatever landmark you passed. This is one of my favorite things about the game, is that it's like, it doesn't feel as, wow, good view. It doesn't feel as stiff in terms of the sense of progression, I guess you could say. Like, they don't make you replay large portions if you die or anything like that, so I like that actually. It makes it more accessible because this is actually a pretty challenging game, and having to replay large portions just because you didn't save recently, it's kind of a problem. Another thing you might have noticed is there was no save points. There was only this option where if you hit it, you can actually save anywhere outside of a boss. Outside of battle, you can save anywhere, which is really stinking good. Unfortunately, you can't quite cheese it. Say you kill all these enemies, save, reload, they'll all be back. So if you wanted to try to do like a one at a time strat for like a really hard fight, that doesn't actually work. Also regenerating health, that's another thing. There are no items, as far as no healing items. All items are just requests. These enemies are tougher, thus they're denoted by a gray icon and health bar. There aren't any on screen, but a blue icon health bar means that they are below your level and should be pretty easy to take out. Yellow means like you might want to use caution because they are stronger than you, but it's not like impossible. Red means you're just generally screwed if you're gonna take on a red enemy. The one exception being the final boss, who I'm fairly certain is red regardless. I think so. I think the final boss is listed with red health bar, even if you completely destroy him mercilessly. This is the entrance to Tefra Cave. This is not where we're supposed to go. So that answers my question. So basically, we're trying to deliver lunch to Shulk. And, okay, so what to talk about? Okay, so if you're in Europe, the game is like 20 bucks on the eShop, digital. And I'd say go for it. Totally worth it. It's a really long game. There's a lot of grinding involved, but if you can look past that, it's a really solid game. US. That's a little trickier. If you have a new 3DS, get the new 3DS version because it's like $35 on Amazon, thus, or $40 in store, in most stores. So yeah, if you have a new 3DS, by all means get this game. If you only have a Wii or Wii U, I'm not sure if I can recommend it as wholeheartedly because it's like $60. It's actually pretty expensive. That's what I mean by blue icon. And 60 is the low end, let's just put it that way. Some places have it more like 150. If you want new. If you want used, it's probably like 60 or 70, maybe 80 at most. So yeah, it's an expensive game, but if you want to break it down to like an hour per dollar ratio, if you get the game for like $80, you will probably get your money's worth. I do not say that lightly. I fully know that sounds like a ridiculous claim, but this can easily be like an 8-hour game on your first playthrough when you don't know what you're doing and everything. If you really can't play the game, like maybe you are interested in Xenoblade, but you don't have Wii or 3DS, or just don't have money to buy a $100 game, there are walkthroughs online, commentated, and I'm pretty sure uncommented, that basically show all the story, so you can get the story that way too. Plenty of options to play this game, to experience this game, so my advice would be, if I had to do like a rating, would be definitely play this game. If you are a huge completionist, then do not try. Don't even try. It takes like a good 150 hours apparently if you want to 100% it. And yes, that is a statistic from another Let's Play and another cutscene.
The Monado. It's the only sword that's effective against the Mechon armor. They say that before time began, it was wielded by the Bionis. The same Bionis that we all live on. It must have a secret. That's how Dunban was able to destroy so many Mechon. And why he lost the use of his right arm. If I can just unlock the secret of its power.
Shulk!
Fiora! This is great.
It tastes so good.
Really?
It's amazing.
Oh, Shulk, you say that every day.
Not quite. It's always delicious, but today it's amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I used some special herbs and spices today. So if you said it was just the same as usual, I'd know for sure you had no sense of taste.
What?
Oh, nothing. Ah, the breeze feels so good.
Yeah. I'd forgotten what it feels like. I never thought it could be so quiet here.
You're spending too much time with Ryan. You're getting used to all the noise he makes.
Yeah, maybe.
It's so peaceful. You know, Shulk, I hope every day can be like this, always.
Huh? The debris siren.
Strange. There hasn't been much falling lately.
There might be more on the way. The anti-air batteries can't protect us out here. Let's get back to the lab.
Okay.
Back in control once again. It's an RPG, so it does have the problem of being really front-loaded with story. Though, to be fair, I can't even call it front-loaded with story because it's actually pretty well divided. Okay, take a game like Metal Gear. All the stories at the beginning and at the very... wait a minute. Metal Gear. Okay, Solid 5. Like, all the story is mostly at the beginning. All the exposition is not very balanced. This game actually has a pretty good balance of, like, exposition and, actual stuff going on. Oh, that gives you higher defense, so let's go with that. That wasn't what we originally had equipped, but okay, go with that. Wow. This doesn't look like anything. But yeah, most pieces of armor actually change your equipment, your overall look as well. So that's also one thing I like about the game. It creates a kind of a unique feel to the game because by the end of the game, you might have completely different equipment than anyone else playing it, and thus you might have a completely different look than anyone else. Anyone else is like not everyone's Shulk will look exactly the same, and so on. So I think that's actually really cool. That looks like by comparison. It looks exactly the same. Never mind. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things in the game. Again, I highly recommend the game if you have a console that can play it affordably. Not if you just have a Wii U, I would actually say play Xenoblade Chronicles X first because I actually hear it's not as good. So just save the best for last, I'd say, and maybe do that in the other order. Just gonna jump down, save time. I'm pretty sure you get like an in-game achievement for it if you jump at a really high height. That apparently wasn't tall enough. Here's Xenoblade Chronicles X is worse because it's more character-driven and also world-driven than this game, which is very story-driven. So if you prefer that, then X is the way to go. I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's technically Xenoblade Chronicles Cross, not X, but everyone just says X. Yeah, this game, yeah, if it wasn't for the high price, I would definitely recommend it more strongly, but yeah, it's so expensive in most stores. I would play it. Again, if you have no other option, I would just say watch a Let's Play, or no commentary walkthrough if you prefer that. Then again, if you're watching this video, I guess I should assume that you like commentary, because there are good walkthroughs of this game already online. I just don't have the patience or time to let's play a full game like this, but I just wanted to play through the first hour because one, I've only finished the game once, which was the year it released. And I mean, I started the game the year it released. I finished it earlier this year, not even kidding, for a variety of reasons, but I kind of wanted to re-experience this opening as well for myself. But that being said, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, comment, share with people. I don't know what else I can say. Just all support helps. And I'll see you next time for what other video I come up with. I'm not sure what tomorrow's video is going to be. No, wait, I do know, but I'm not going to say. So, see you then.